Welcome back. Good to see you. Glad you decided to join the course. All right, let's move forward. Let's keep this thing going. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. Stay focused. Before you know it, you'll be speaking, writing, and reading and spelling Spanish. Awesome. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, so as we've already talked about, we're going to be talking about consonants today. Very important. And we distinguish, of course, when we dealt with the alphabet, we talked about that, and we talked about how the alphabet consists of vowels and consonants. And we talked about how the vowels are your sounds, and the consonants they really don't have a sound, so to speak. They're more so positions. Yeah, they're more so positions that you place your mouth in to say those sounds. And so we're going to be going through each of the consonants. And there's a few tricky ones that you have to um, really concentrate on. Uh, Later on, we're going to be talking about the discipline of study and some of the things that it consists of. Um, and one of those things is concentration. You really have to concentrate and remain focused and to get this real, to get it to maximize your memory. But it doesn't take long. You could do this probably for maybe a week or so, doing it consistently for maybe like a week, maybe one or two times a day, and before your mind has it. See, so you really have to just relax and let the mind do what it automatically does. Don't add to it. Don't take away from it. Just relax and just study, practice. Place these things before your eyes at least twice, two or three times a day. You can put them on the wall. Any letter that you see, just consider it. And before you know it, your mind is going to be renewed with it. And it's going to make Spanish very easy. Trust me. Okay, so look, we got these consonants. And like I said, each one of these are just positions. And many of them are the same as they are in English. So there's really no difference. There may be a difference in, little texture and the way the mouth is formed, et cetera, et cetera. But overall, it's just like it is in English. And so as you can see, we have the letter B, we have, the C and CH. We have all of these, and we have the other ones in yellow. Those I'm going to separate. Those are the ones that you may have to put a little more emphasis in, as far as a little more energy into learning them. It's going to take some time and practice, depending on how much you practice and how long you practice. It's going to make it quicker. So let's start with the B. Okay, the B is just like it is in English, just that simple. The way you say the B in English is the same way you say it in Spanish. You know, like boy, box, the same thing. Same thing. D, the same way. Da, d, 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 d. F, 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 f. It's the same. See how quick this is? H. H is a little different. This is actually silent. So don't forget that. Anytime you see a H, don't even pronounce it. If you see H-O, O, don't pronounce. The H is silent. Remember that. Now your J, the position is more so like, matter of fact, it's like the H. So if you see something like J-A, we know the A is ah, ha. Depending on where you are, it may sound like a J. Ja, sha. Some people say with SH sound. Ja, ja, sha. Depending. Did you, I think it's the Puerto Ricans. They more so ja, but most places it's like a H, ha, ha, like the letter itself. So um, think about that. The K is just like it is in English. Okay, so again, we know the B, the D, the F, H, don't pronounce it, and pronounce the J like an H. And certain places it has that J sound, and depending on where you're from, like the area or the region that you come, Puerto Ricans, some from New York, Dominicans, that they all have their little flavor. So you got to learn that flavor. Whichever flavor you like, that's the one you adjust to. Okay, the L just like it is in English. La, lay, li, etc. So M the same way. The N is the same way it is in English. If you see NO, no. There's no special flavor in any changing. It's the same thing. Now, your P, same way. The Q, you may not see the Q set off by itself. Most of the time, when you see the Q, you're going to see QUE or QUO, but mostly QUE, and you pronounce that K. If you see QUO, ko. You don't see it much. Every once in a while, you may see it, quota, something like that. But that K, QUE, you're going to see it all the time. Now, something that um, you don't see much, but if you do see it, you'll be able to recognize it. Now, if you see QUE, K. If you see, matter of fact, we talked about that in the previous, but just in case, just remember, if you see QUE and you see two diatheses, two dots over the U, make it que. Rather than say que, you say que. So if you see QUO with the two diatheses, it's quo. That's the position. Of course, the R is r. It's like maybe one of those. It's like one of those. But when you see that double R, it's maybe like three or four of them. And we're going to talk about that too. Now, hopefully it doesn't appear that I'm moving too fast, but it's just that simple. If you have to go back and review it, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, now look at the S, same way. UCSE, say, it's the same way, the position, the same way is it in the English. T, same way. V, the same way. Now, the V and the B, they may almost sound the same. So consider that. It may sometimes you can't tell one from the other. B, it's a position and it's coming off the front of the lips. So you got to get used to that. As you keep hearing it and hearing it, you'll be able to distinguish which one is actually being used. But it's very difficult. It can be. You just got to know the word that's being said. But the V and the B, the position is not as hard and stern as it is in English. It's a little softer. It's a softer B. It's almost like the B and the V is mixed. They combine them. Like the D sometimes. Oh, which one is it? Uh yeah, the D. Now sometimes you won't hear that D like David, or depending on where the D is, it may sound like a TH. Uh Sábado. you know, sabado. It's actually do, but sometimes they make it sound like a th, sábado, but you don't. It's not a strong th, just a little bit of it. It's like th and a d mixed. So as you keep practicing, you'll be able to, pick that up. Okay, where W. As a matter of fact, you may not see this much at all, but if you do see it, it's pronounced like it is in English. W. The position is like it is in English. The X, just like it is in English. Um, Now remember that X is two of them. It's a K and an S. The X is two consonants combined. When you approach it, it's like K. But when you pass it, it's like an S. Okay, say like um okay, let's try the word exit. Now notice when you have the word exit, you have E X I. You got to listen to me closely. You have exit, you have E X I. Picture that. Exit. So what you're really saying is this. What you're really pronouncing is this. E K S I. So when you this way, ek, and when you leave, sit. So it's a K and an S. So anytime you see a vowel in front of it and a vowel behind it, put KS right there when you see that X. So when you approach it, it's a K. And when you proceed, you say S. Exit. X, it, etc. Does that make sense? Hopefully that came out right. Because a lot of people don't know that. Even they know it, but they haven't recognized it. That X is two consonants combined. It's a K and an S. When you come in this direction, hit the K, and then when you leave it, this is the S position. Okay, the Y is just like it is in English. Yeah. Like in yes. The Z is sometimes you can get the S and the Z. It's almost like an S and a Z combined. Yeah, that's about it. Just that simple. What's next? Okay, so let's go over these. Now, these special ones, you have to really concentrate on. But once you do it 2 or 3 times a day, maybe once for about maybe a week or so, eventually it's going to become normal. As a matter of fact, it's the same thing in English. We may not recognize it, but it's the same thing in English. Okay, so before A, O, and U, the C is like a K. Ka, ko, ku. Anytime you see C-A, ka. C is like a K. But when you see it in front of a C, when you see it in front of an E or I, it's like a S. Se, si. So when you practice it, you have to practice it. Ka, ko, ku, se, si. You see? So think about this. In English, you have the word cat. And then, let's see, what's another word? Okay, think about this. In English, you have the word scent, like accent. Notice how the position of the C changes to almost like an S. You know, you have a cat, coat, cut, and then you have scent. What about city? CI, city. So it's you already know this. It's the same way in Spanish. Does that make sense? Same way it is in English. Okay, let's move to the next one. Now, the G. G before A, O, and U it's a hard G. Uh, just like it is in English. Ga, go, goo. Think about in English, gate. It's almost like I wouldn't say it's like a K, but it's a harder sound, you know. So anytime you see G before A, O, and U, ga, go, goo, gate, goat, gut. Same way in English. Now notice this, GE, gentle, GI, giant. You see how one, it's somewhat hard, and then before E and I, it's like a J. See? But in Spanish, it's more like an H. So you have the hard G and you have the soft G. So the hard G is like it is in English, but the soft G, rather than a J, it's more like a H. In English, it's like a J, gentle, giant. But in Spanish, it's like gente, which is people, or gigante, that means giant, but it's like a H. So try to memorize that. The G is like it is in English, but in Spanish, rather than like a J, it's more like a H. And don't forget that in Spanish, the H is silent, but it's revived, so to speak, in the G before E and I. So you have to go over that. It won't take long to get it because we already do it on a regular basis. It's just going to take practice. So be patient with yourself. Don't despise small beginnings. Because trust me, it's an investment. You're gonna love it. Okay, the L, how can I, the double L, the best way to explain that is like it says here, like Y in you. That's your position. When we pronounce our name, we say, Me llamo Alex. Llamo. Ya, ya, ya. Ya, ya. So anytime you see double L-A, ya. Just put the sound. If it's O, yo. Yeah, the same position when we say like the Y in you. That has to be memorized as well as mastered. Okay, this particular one, enye, is like the N in onion. This is the position. Ny, 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 ny. The example we have here is tomorrow, mañana. And so sometimes you have to overemphasize it to really get that ny, ny. Mañana, mañana. And so sometimes to get comfortable with it, you can just change that A to E, change the A to I, change the A to O. Mañana, 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 mañana. And so you can get that, lock that position in. And once you do, you're talking about articulation, you're talking about speaking, you know, uh, when people hear you speak, oh, they're gonna love it. They're going, first thing they'll ask, where are you from? You see, yeah, it's a good feeling. It's awesome. Um, but anyway, let's move on. Okay, the R, the double R, it's pronounced with a strong trill. Har, per, you know. So if you see, double R, A, or ra, ro, haro. And you got, just get into it and enjoy it. Haro. And just practice that. Now the single R is just maybe one or two of those. Really just one of those. This one's maybe like four of them. Harro. You put about four of them in there, and man, I'm telling you, it comes off clean and sweet. Okay, so that's that one. And you'll be able to go over this, look at it again, run it back, do whatever you need to do to get the most out of this particular video. So we looked at all these positions. The majority of them are the same as they are in English. Remember the G, remember the C, the Y, and you know what I don't have here is that CH. Because you have the B, you have the C, and you have the CH. Now, some places don't recognize the CH, but there's some in their alphabet, it's A, B, C, it's A, B, C, che, de. Some places don't have that che. I'm not sure exactly what countries, there's just so many of them. But anyway, remember that. A, B, C, che, ch, 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 ch. That's the position. Cha, che, chi, cho, chu. Do the cha, cha. That's that CH. Okay, so I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So go over this, look at it. Again, these things have to be memorized as well as mastered. And this is going to place your mind, everything in the right position for fluency in Spanish. And as you keep doing it, trust me, that foundation is going to be strong. And then when you start reading and you start to really get into speaking, oh, you're going to be speaking. Oh, it's going to be great. So look, once again, welcome. Once again, thank you for participating in this course. It's very much appreciated. I love doing this. And I wish you the best. And I see you in the next session. All right. Have a good day. Peace.